In this task 3A limbo lesson, we're going to look at some more strings. So the current one that we're looking at is this first line of strings, starts at bar 21. Most of the way through, it's just this octave spread, and it's meant for this big ensemble part. So what you're going to find is actually that this whole piece is just layered so thickly in strings. But since we've last met, I've actually added a few more tremolo parts that you're going to see here. As it transitions into the choruses, I've just noticed that there's this extra tremolo part that I've just added in, and that was quite nice. And now we're looking at this ensemble part. So as you can see, this just builds up throughout the choruses, and there's probably a bit more going on, and you've got these really lush reverbs happening as well, so just be very aware of that. This is sunk quite deep in the mix, or low in the mix, but it's got quite a big impact. Now, as you can see from our panning guide, it says it's over to the left currently, but with all kind of ensemble strings, what I tend to find is they leave space in the center, but they've actually got this wide spread across the whole frequency field. And this is how you're getting this depth. So at a later date, I may even decide to put a stereo spreader on this as well by coming up to here, going to something like the imaging plugins, and going stereo spreader, just so I get that really big sound and I leave this space in the middle. It's really important that you do leave the space in the middle just for everything else to kind of punch through, because strings can have that massive impact. And once we start adding the reverbs as well, it becomes so lush. So here's what we got so far then. Let's just play their version first, and then I'll play just my strings followed by the track as it is. I'll just stop it there, and we'll just solo this string part. Okay, now let's put it into my mix, and you can see it's quite sunk in, and it's going to have nice, like I say, at the moment we do need a bit more reverb on it, so we're still developing this part. But once again, I think I'm just going to have to put the big spreader on. I may even have to double the part up, just to get this really big impact from it. Okay, so that's the string part. As you can see, it's octave spreads here, so we've got it starting at G sharp 3 and also G sharp 4. That's our octave spread. It repeats pretty much throughout. This part is also a repeat, but where it changes is this very last section where the actual parts are slightly shorter, where it transitions from this kind of drop down part. Okay, so just be very aware of that. The instrument that we're using is the ES2, and it's just a bog standard Cosmic Strings Bright, but you can literally use any kind of string sound for this and just try and make that sound pad out the whole instrument. Okay, nothing too major there, nothing too majorly changed there. So get that part in, and I'll see you in the next lesson.